so we're continuing on with the decals. So these are obviously the ones that I've used, and we are now on to the legs of the hockey array. Now these ones are quite intricate and there's quite a lot to do. So I'm going to start off with the left leg and then we will go to the right. We have our little instruction manual, which is this one here, and as you can see there is quite a few decals to do. Let me just get that on there first. I'm very happy with this placement. It doesn't look like how it is, but I can still get away with it, which actually isn't too bad. Okay, so I've actually completed a lot of the decals now on a hell of a lot of the legs. The legs were a son of a bitch to do. It took so long. A lot of the decals actually tore in some places, or I got them in the wrong spot. But I'm actually quite happy on how a lot of those turned out. They were so intricate. First time doing decals, so I'm feeling quite proud of it. But yeah, not too bad. There's still a few other bits that I kind of still have to press in a tad bit more. And there's just little bits up over around here that kind of needed a bit more of a pressing down, but so far so good. I'm liking how they look with both the legs. So what I'm doing now is that a lot of the decals here, which is I find a bit silly, like the decals would go across these golden bits here. So I've actually been chipping them up a wee bit to make them look a bit more like this. Here's one that I've already done to just try and reveal the paint a bit more, and I'll put a wash to kind of hide the decal coming up a tad bit. But I've just been slowly picking away at the decal, and because they're dry, they're actually quite easy to remove. I'm sure there's better ways than this, and I've just been using the brush to kind of get rid of the excess decal. I'm liking how it's looking. I want to do a good washer in these kind of areas, which I will show soon, but I'm going to complete some of these and then we'll carry on to the next part. So basically I'm about to prep for a wee bit of a gloss varnish. Something I've been wanting to give a go. I've actually grabbed my airbrush and to get rid of dust and stuff, because obviously if I put the gloss on, all the dust and all that crap is going to stick on underneath it. So I've given it a bit of just an air, get a bit of dust. It's good. I won't scratch the decals off if I use the paintbrush as well, so I'm not going to be able to get it all off, and hey, if dust gets on it, it's going to get on it. There's nothing I can do about it, because well, you've got to get one chance to do this. White bit there is my gloss varnish, which I'm using that there. It is a bit white, but apparently it comes off, it sprays clear. So there's got a bit of paper there. Wish me luck. Apparently this is supposed to be a bit of a glossy varnish, and I'm hoping that doing a varnish like this is gonna make the decals stick a tad bit better. Go too hard out, giving it a bit of shine. around with doing the, we've got Metal Gear Ray's body, and we're going to start doing a bit of weathering. Now, I've done a bit of weathering on the legs here. This is what I was trying a tad bit of a wash a while ago. And now I'm going to start putting it through to try and accentuate all the lines here. Try and make those pop, try and make them look a tad bit better. And I don't quite really know how it's going to go, so I've got my two little brushes here. I do have a quick shaded wash. It's a bit of a strong wash, so it does kind of make things a tad bit darker, but that's kind of what I want. Kind of get those lines to kind of pop. So giving it a bit of a wash. Those lines pop a bit more. Just make sure it's spread out evenly. But what it's good about is that if there's something that I don't like about it, I can just easily wipe it off and start again. Give them those awesome lines. Now I saw somebody else online had done they used a pen, like a lined pen, and they drew in there. And although from a distance it looks cool, once he zoomed in with his camera, you could see the points where he hit wasn't too steady with his hand. You could see that it had actually gone over the lines, which I didn't like, so I wanted to kind of stick with the wash look. Now sometimes, even though I'm finding, because I'm a tad bit of a perfectionist, I quite like how these wings look right now, because they look cool, clean and tidy. I feel like I did a good job on the decals, and you kind of have to just kill your baby in a wee bit and actually do that little bit extra, because hopefully, or I'm hoping, it's going to pay off in the long run from putting in these lines. Also, you can always start again. Now, I've seen different techniques done, like some people just colour in the panels and that's it. I've given that style a shot and I guess it works, but what I find a tad bit harder is that it actually, you can see where you've used your paintbrush to colour in certain panels and areas. Now I'm looking forward to doing this one because actually the inside of these, Ray is actually darker in these gaps, which is what I was looking forward to with the wings, especially with Ray. It's looking okay. Looking alright. To kind of put in contrast. Some of the panels are already quite stand out and quite out there, which is cool. So it's more of the smaller ones that I'm worried about, but I like how it does that kind of stuff. Just brings it out more. Alright, so now that things have dried off a bit, it's looking okay, getting a bit of detail in there. Basically I'm grabbing a cotton point, dipping in some water, and basically going to be removing any of the bits that I don't want. I want to kind of clear out a bit. Just kind of clean things up a tad. Just making them pop a tad bit more, making them look a bit more like a panel. It's a bit too dark for my liking. So what I've been doing is that I am just grabbing some water and just laying over the top of the wash. You can bloody see it. As you can see, it's already kind of loosening bits and pieces of the wash. basically use this kind of technique to kind of clean everything. And I like how it gives it a bit of depth and a bit of change. It still keeps the panels in the background. I like the little lines nice and dark. Now again, just have to be a bit careful because I can actually take off a bit of the paint job. And while that's done, I just grab a paper towel and get a bit of wipe off clean. I'm going to continue giving that a bit of a clean, so hopefully it'll end up looking like that bad boy over there.